So I'm feeling very sad because it is our last night in Texas tonight. We are in a motel. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone in this great state. The hospitality from everyone from start to finish. The hotel staff, the hospitality staff, the Uber drivers, taxi drivers, the people day to day, all of the people online, in all the comments, all the likes, all the well wishes. We have loved our time in Texas. We are looking forward to Louisiana as well, but Texas, you have my heart and I have loved it. Thank you so much.
Something I never thought I would see while down in the Keys, very close to Key West, about 30 miles away from Key West. Big Pine Island, okay? I did not think I would see this. Have a look at what I'm talking about. Hold on a second, wait for this car to go. Look at this. Right here. Little deers. Little tiny deers. All over the island. All over this island there are little tiny deers. I was not expecting it, and I have found out that you are not allowed to touch or feed the deers. They are very protected because there's not that many of them left. And they are so adorable, and all of the roads around here have a low speed limit to keep them safe, which I find very good, and I think that's very nice. They're so cute, and it's kind of sad that you can't touch them, but that is the law. So if you're ever in Key West and you see these cute little deers, take a picture of them from afar, take a video of them from afar, but do not go over to them, leave them alone. Look at how cute they are. Aww. This is the start of the island. They have this cute little deer statue just to let you know you're entering the deers.
I like your hat. Your hat's so cool.
Oh, well, thank you. Manchester. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm from near Manchester, but nobody ever knows where I'm from, so I just say Manchester.
Here to watch the game on Sunday.
Boo, yeah, Manchester City.
I barely follow football anymore. American football. So
oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not never exposed to any kind.
And Green Bay played in London as well.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Not very well. First exposure.
Yeah.
Our team that we support back in the UK, Man United, they're not doing too well either, are they? So all the teams that he supports aren't doing great.
Yeah, they go in cycles, up and down. Bad football.
Do you recommend anywhere else we see in Green Bay? Oh, we like all kinds of food.
Yeah, big eaters.
So everybody has been saying that we need to come to the Alamo. We have no idea what the Alamo is. We don't know. It could
Maybe good, maybe
good, maybe kind of shit.
We'll have a look.
We're about to find out, so come with us, British young chaps. Young? Maybe not that young.
The Alamo.
Chaps. Do they do cups of tea, do you reckon?
Or if they do a brew. Breakfast tea. That'll be lovely.
We're about to find out. Come with us. The Alamo. Okay, let's check this place out. Wow, mate, that is sick. That is sick.
How is that?
Look at that.
Oh, squirrel.
Squirrel. Ooh, look at this fancy. Listen, we don't get none of this in London, do we?
It's like Disneyland.
Charlie, we can have a cold drink and a beverage. Cold drink and a beverage. Very patriotic. We love that. God bless America and Texas. Is that Mexico? I don't know the rest. I apologize. America, you got to stop gatekeeping these kind of places because it is honestly absolutely beautiful. I am now headed off to Yorktown, bit of a random one, and then on to Austin tonight. So the Texas road trip is in full swing. This is brilliant.
This is what I love about Americans. You are just so friendly, just so friendly. I mean, I'm sure you can get your angry side, but you're just so friendly, always complimenting my hair. And yesterday I was at your Walmart. You've got self-checkout. I can just scan my own stuff and pay and get my own change. I can just do everything myself. but you are so friendly. I was there at Walmart yesterday and I didn't know which brand of a product to buy, and I asked someone. I didn't even ask someone that worked there. I asked another person that was also doing shopping, and she was just so friendly. She just googled the reviews for me and told me what to get and what not to get. I'm just like, God, this is this is just America. This is America for you. Also, what should I try while I am in America? If I go to Walmart, what should I buy? What is something I have to try? What is your favorite thing to buy in Walmart? What is a food that I need to try? I mean, I want to try something in America, except for beating the speed limit and beating my GPS arrival time.
Just thinking about an interaction I had with an American lady the other day. She was asking me like how I've been finding it. I've been here for a couple of weeks now, like what the differences are between the UK and America. And I said that I found the people here are a lot friendlier. All my interactions, everyone's just so nice. People go out their way to be nice, whether that be at like a gas station, a supermarket, on a hike. Even just driving, I found people were so much more like polite. They'll put their hand up. And she replied saying, that's because we all carry over here. So is that the only reason people are nice? I doubt that is the case, but I'd never even thought of that possibility before, and it did make me think that could actually be why. I mean, it makes sense that if there is a risk, if you piss someone off and they got a gun, shit could go down, like you would just be friendlier, so it does make sense. So yeah, can someone let me know how big of a part does that play? Is everyone just like on edge? Is everyone wary that everyone's got a gun, so everyone's just super nice?
Beautiful people of America, it happened today. It happened. I said something that only an American person would ever say. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess? No, you can't. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you. We were speaking to someone in the gym, and I said, what y'all doing this weekend? Excuse me? Excuse me? This British man has started saying y'all without even meaning to. That's it. Sign me up, and I'm an American now. It's a done deal, man. What y'all doing this weekend? Seriously, what are y'all doing this weekend? Oh no! It started, man. I need an American passport. Who's gonna hook me up? Oh Lord, I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. It's getting a bit ridiculous, man. What y'all doing this weekend? James! Christ! What can you do about it? Nothing, just enjoy the journey. Howdy y'all. What y'all doing this weekend? See? Suits me.
America, it's not very often I come to a place in America and be shell-shocked. But this time I am. I have been to Bourbon Street, right? But hear me out, right? I was told to go to Bourbon Street. Everyone was saying, check out Bourbon Street. I went there expecting jazz, people playing saxophones, New Orleans is full of that culture. I got to Bourbon Street. It wasn't people playing a saxophone. It was people playing with... No! That is not what I expected. Look, and I'm sure there are some amazing places in New Orleans that we will experience and have experienced, but Bourbon Street, what's happening? What is happening? My flabbers are gasted. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. I can't even comprehend what I've seen. Why is that why is it? I don't even have the words to say what I even need to say. That is not what I expected. I had to have my head on a swivel constantly. And I'm just talking about Bourbon Street. I'm not talking about, different places in New Orleans. But everyone said, go to Bourbon Street. And I went to Bourbon Street and what? What's happening? What's happening?
I've returned to Scotland, so shall we have a debrief about America and the World Cup? Honestly, months, weeks, days before this trip, I was so close to cancelling everything. I was nervous about going back to America. But it turns out I had absolutely no reason to be. I cannot begin to explain the kindness that I was shown and that my fellow Scottish people were shown. Thank you to the FIFA volunteers. Honestly, fantastic characters and really made a great experience. I want to say thank you because in my experience, the organisation of this has been amazing. I heard horror stories about the Scotland and Haiti game. I was nervous for going to the stadium. But again, no reason to be nervous. I felt like the trains ran smoothly. It was not that bad. Free water being handed out. Just these little touches that actually just made such a difference. And everybody official that I encountered, as in police, military, TSA, airport staff, security, everything. They honestly were the most lovely people, and it was just an indication of what was to come. And my biggest thanks goes to the American people. Without you guys showing that sort of kindness, support, understanding, this World Cup wouldn't be the same. You guys have embraced it and embraced the visitors that are in your city, and honestly, it's gave me a revamp love for the American people. As someone who went solo, meant more to me than you might know. Makes me really want to come back and explore a lot more of what your country has to offer. Although this is a sweeping generalization, thank you, America, for being so kind to your visitors while we're here for the World Cup. I am looking at plans. I want to come back.
American theme parks are next level. We've just got off the Mr. Freeze ride behind me at Six Flags in Dallas. But look how big some of these rides are. Look how far up that goes. It's absolutely incredible. It's bigger than any rides they have in the UK. And I actually think that this isn't one of the best theme parks, or so we've been told by someone that works in the country. And there's much better ones than this. But this is already another level. The rain stopped and the sun's come out, so we're actually going to be able to get on a couple of rides as well.
So here's where I land on all of this. None of these individual clips prove anything on their own. One chaotic street doesn't define a country. One woman's theory about guns doesn't explain an entire culture. One emotional thank you doesn't mean everyone has the same experience everywhere in this country, because clearly they don't. Plenty of people have completely different stories depending on where they go and who they happen to meet. I think it's important to say that clearly before I say anything else, because it would be way too easy to watch a montage like this and walk away thinking there's one single tidy explanation for why a bunch of strangers had good experiences. There isn't. There almost never is when you're talking about something as messy and human as how a whole country treats visitors. But when you put all of it side by side, a pattern does start to emerge, and I think it's less about America being uniquely nice and more about the gap between expectation and reality. A lot of these visitors came in bracing for something rougher media headlines, secondhand horror stories, stereotypes about crime or rudeness or chaos that they'd absorbed without ever really questioning where those ideas came from. And what actually met them, over and over, was fairly ordinary human decency, delivered in small, unremarkable doses. A stranger helping in a checkout line, a volunteer handing out water at a stadium, a hotel worker being kind on a random Tuesday night. None of that is exceptional behavior on its own. It's just basic courtesy, the kind of thing that probably happens 100 times a day in most places on Earth. But because the bar had been set low by expectation, it landed as something remarkable, something worth stopping the car for, something worth crying about in a motel room. I think that's genuinely worth sitting with, because it says less about the country itself and more about how much we let secondhand stories shape what we expect from people we've never met. Every single person in these clips walked in with some version of a narrative already installed in their head, and every single one of them had that narrative complicated the moment they actually showed up. That's not really a coincidence. That's basically the entire travel experience in miniature. You go somewhere expecting one thing, and place after place, person after person, chips away at that expectation until you're left with something a lot closer to the truth. And then there's the gun theory, which I keep coming back to, because I don't think it's actually about guns at all. I think it's about how people reach for the nearest explanation that fits a story they already half believe. If you already think America is a dangerous place, everyone's polite because everyone's armed fits neatly into that story. It confirms what you expected instead of challenging it, and I think that's worth noticing in ourselves too, not just in the people on screen. How often do we take one offhand comment from one stranger and use it to explain something way bigger than that one conversation ever could? What I keep landing on is this idea of absorption, especially with the guy who accidentally started saying, y'all. Nobody sat him down and asked him to change how he talks. It just happened, the repeated exposure through small everyday interactions he probably wasn't even tracking. And I think that's actually the healthiest way to understand a place. Not through headlines, not through one viral street, but through hundreds of tiny, forgettable moments that slowly rewrite what you assume to be true. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you America is the friendliest country on earth. That's not my point, and it's genuinely not something one video montage could prove either way. What I will say is this. Expectations are incredibly powerful, and they're incredibly easy to get wrong, especially about people. Whether it's a whole country, a stranger in a Walmart aisle, or someone in your own life, you don't actually know what someone's like until you're standing in front of them, letting them prove you right or wrong. And maybe that's the real thread connecting all of this. Not that Americans are secretly saints, and not that one street in New Orleans defines an entire culture, but that the story you carry into a place shapes what you notice once you're actually there. Change the story, and you might notice a completely different country. I'd genuinely love to know. Have you ever gone somewhere bracing for the worst and had the exact opposite happen? Tell me your version of this in the comments, because I have a feeling everyone's got one.